Hello and welcome back to another Rush Duel Links video. Today we're taking a look at the new deck build box Fullmetarion of the Radiant Wings, which is the latest product that has released in Rush Duel Links. So this is a deck build, which means you're only getting about 6 brand new cards, which is not the best, but we have got 2 new skills with this update, and we did already have 3 of the 6 cards revealed, so we do have a bit of expectation going into this box. What we're really hoping for is that we're going to see a bunch of Metarion cards and we're going to see a bunch of Royal Rebel cards. So let's take a quick look and see what we do have. So we have Fullmetarion Star. This is one of the cards that we did already know we were getting. We did have the skill leak a little bit early. I didn't think it was worth making a video about just that though, but it basically did confirm that we were going to be getting this card, and then this card was revealed in a Japanese live stream as well. We did also know about Hard Rock and Faceless Cul-de-sac. So these 2 cards on their own, not super impressive. They are okay. We'll go into them a little bit more in depth in a minute, but we were really hoping for a little bit more in the way of Royal Rebel support. The other new cards we have are Metarion Star, which is a really good fusion monster, Evil Bowler, which again, another really good Metarion card, and then randomly we got one up as a trap card, which is a little bit weird. But let's go and take a look at the entire contents of the box so I can kind of give you my thoughts, feelings, and opinions on it. So this is the box, and it's fine, I think is the best way to describe it. So the Metarion stuff in here is actually really cool, right? We have the Fullmetarion Star, which is a really cool boss monster. It's just a little bit restrictive because in order to make this card, we do need to use Imaginary Actor and specifically a Star. Whereas to make the Fullmetarion Star, we can use any cyborg monster, so it's a little bit restrictive in that way, but we can special summon 1 level 9 cyborg type monster from your graveyard to your field of face-up defense position. Again, that is exactly the same as the Fullmetarion Star, but the other effect is that we can destroy 1 face-up non-cyborg type monster on the opponent's field, so that's quite a nice little effect. We just get a free pop. So what you would probably do with this card is we'd go into the regular Star, use its effect to change one of your opponent's monsters face up or face down, whichever one you want. Then you could fuse it off into this Star and then use its effect to pop a now face-up monster, assuming your opponent had 3 face-down cards. That's obviously one of the things you could do with this card. This card is fine. Realistically, I don't see you playing more than a single copy of this card, especially with how limited the extra deck space is right now in Rush Duel Links. So 1 copy is probably fine for this card. As for the other specifically Metarion cards, we did get Medusa. Medusa is, again, a pretty cool boss monster. This is made using the brand new Evil Bowler and Imaginary Actor. We can place 1 monster from your graveyard on the bottom of the deck, so very important, we don't have to give a card from our hand or anything silly like that. We can choose 1 face-down spell trap on your opponent's field. It cannot be activated until the end of your opponent's next turn. Now, this is a really strong effect because this can force your opponent to get a bit clogged up, and then maybe they can't empty their hand as well as they'd like. Whereas if we just pop it, it does make room so they can just play cards in their hand. So this type of effect can be really useful for that. The big negative being, of course, that if your opponent has something that they can activate in response to our special summon of Medusa, well, then they're just going to use it. So for example, a Shiny Shady, they'll just flip it face down, we won't get to use it. The other effect is we can destroy 1 face-up fiend type monster on the opponent's field. Okay, we might be thinking, well, what if our opponent doesn't have any fiends? Well, that's where Bowler comes in. So Bowler itself is a fiend. It has the Metarion stat line, but it is an effect monster. We can reveal 1 light attribute monster with 500 defense in our hand. That should be pretty much the entire deck. Choose 1 face-up monster on your opponent's field, and its type becomes fiend, or the same type as the monster revealed to meet this effect requirement. So this is huge. First off, we can just turn them into a fiend. We know we already have the Evil Bowler, so we know that getting Medusa should be quite easy, so we can just pop their card. So this basically becomes a just pop any card. But we can also change them into, for example, a dragon if we want to go into Star and pop it. We can change them into a warrior if we want to absorb their attack with a Star. And because we're revealing the card that we're changing their type into, we kind of already know that we can go into that fusion monster already. So very powerful card, and this does see a ton of play in the modern OCG Metarion deck list. So speaking of the OCG Metarion list, we have almost every single good Metarion card. We do also have the trap card, which we'll talk about in a little bit, which we do only have at 1 copy, but that was kind of one of the last pieces. Now, the only card we don't have at all is the spell card Metarion Fusion. If we had that card and we had 3 copies of the trap, which is now called Imaginary Arc Surge, then basically the deck would be at full power in the OCG. Obviously, we have skills in this game, so we can't directly compare 1-to-1, but it is very interesting nonetheless. As for the Royal Rebels, we do have the brand new boss monster, Royal Rebels Hard Rock. Hard Rock is a little bit awkward. So it's a level 8, 2500 attack, so yeah, that's pretty good. 2000 defense, that's also not bad. And during the turn that you normal summon this card by tributing 2 level 7 or higher Fiend monsters, so this is effectively the same as Doom Metal's requirement, we can choose 1 level 7 or higher face-up monster on your opponent's field, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the difference between the chosen monster's attack and this card's. This card then gains attack equal to the chosen monster's attack until the end of this turn. So, couple of things that are quite annoying about this card. First things first, we can only use this on level 7 and higher, which means this is great against like fusion and boss monsters, but if your opponent doesn't have any, this effect is basically not usable. We get to burn equal to the difference in our attack, so we want the difference in our attack to be really, really big to get a big burn. But then we gain attack equal to the chosen monster's attack, so we want their attack to still be big. So for example, we can activate Talismanic Seal Array to reduce their attack down. That would then give us more burn damage, but because we're then gaining their current attack, it means that we're going to gain less attack, so it doesn't really work out that great. Best case scenario, we use this on like a maximum or something. So if he's got like a 4000 attack monster, we can then burn them for 15, and then we gain that 4000 attack, and we become 65. We kind of get best of both worlds. So it's a little bit restrictive to use this card, and especially with things like Shiny Shady going around, it does make cards like this, which do have these very, very powerful effects, but they kind of have to stick, a little bit weaker. But Hard Rock is okay, especially with the new skill, which again is okay. The other Royal Rebel card we got is Faceless Cul-de-sac. So this is kind of an unofficial Royal Rebel, right? It's still a light Fiend card. But we can special summon this card from our hand face up to our field by revealing one other Fiend monster from our hand. And then it has the continuous effect that face-up Fiend monsters on your field gain 300 attack. So this itself is an 1800 attacker. We get out 2, they both become 21, for example. This card is okay, so we can almost always summon this, which is pretty good. And we can use this as tribute fodder to get out the Heavy Metal. Heavy Metal is still decent, it's still a really good card. The only issue with Cul-de-sac is we can't get its level up, so it's always going to be a 6, which means we can't use it to fulfill the requirements for Doom Metal or Hard Rock, which is a little bit disappointing. But these two cards are still fine, right? And with the new skill that we got, these two cards will probably see some play. It's still a little bit early to know if Royal Rebels is going to have any kind of competitive stint, but we will be looking at that over the next few days as we do test these decks out. Now for the last brand new card we got the trap card 1-up. So when a monster on your field is destroyed by an opponent's attack or card effect, we can special summon a level 1 normal monster from your graveyard. This is realistically not gonna see much play, if any. Now the only like really useful part of this, I suppose, is if your field does get like board wiped, like an effect wipes it, you can get something back to try and block it. So this deck might see play as sort of a counter to the board wipes, which right now is really just Dragonic Pressure. It's hard to say if this card will see play. Like this could see like side deck play, but we don't really have any side deck formats going around at the moment, so I don't think this is probably going to see play. But it's an interesting card, especially to put an SR. It's very, very weird. As for the rest of the box, we do have this new art of Royal Rebels Heavy Metal. So we had this in Overrush, but now we have this in non-Overrush, but it's the Overrush art, so that's pretty cool. We do have Cyber Processor getting a reprint. This was previously locked to a selection box, so that's obviously pretty cool as well. We do also have Gale Vinery in here, which is a fantastic card. The rest of the box, there's not really much to say about. It's just a bunch of kind of useless cards that everyone should already have copies of. So all in all, I would say if you're looking to play Metarion, this box is probably going to be okay. You're going to want probably 3 Evil Bowler, probably get away with 1 or 2 Medusa, and definitely only need the 1 Fullmetarion Vitristar, and that's what you're going to want from that. If you are looking to play the new Royal Rebel deck, you're probably going to need 3 Hard Rock and 3 Cul-de-sac. That's going to be a bit of a strain, because obviously you're going to need to go into this 3 times. You might get lucky. Again, we're going to need the 3 Evil Bowler anyway, so you're also going to have to go into this deck build box 3 times if you want to play Metarion. But you might get lucky on that 3rd go, get the Evil Bowler really early, and then just not have to open the rest of the box. But yeah, overall, this box is it's a little bit disappointing for a Royal Rebel fan. It's exciting if you've been waiting to get Processor, and it's pretty good if you're looking to play Metarion. But what do you guys think? Were you hoping for more? Was this a little bit disappointing? Is this everything that you were hoping for? Please let me know in the comments down below. But thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you next time.